what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Ah! What are you doing in here?
I'm showering. You should try it sometime, Stinky.
You don't need a shower. I need to shower.
Yes, you do. Ugh.
Welcome back. So as many of you guys might know, I'm a freelance videographer. So that means a lot of my work takes place in front of my computer on my dining room table, either planning a video, editing a video, or what have you, if I'm not actually actively shooting it. Coronavirus has provided a lot of unique challenges when it comes to either shooting a thing for a client or even shooting something for myself, like this show. This entire show I shoot alone. There are a lot of unique challenges that are associated with shooting alone. So my goal is to try to break down and dissect the challenges of shooting alone. A lot of this boils down to managing your time in a way that's useful to you and that you can use it most efficiently. This is something I struggle with quite a bit. I oftentimes just let myself get distracted with books or movies or anything. And so that's something I really need to work on. But it's really a crucial component of doing this on your own. I mean, if you can't hold yourself accountable, then no one else will. And you also shouldn't expect other people to want to do things with you, because first and foremost, you have to be responsible for your own time before you can be responsible for other people's time. I think also a big part of time management is understanding what projects to focus on and when, and at what point to kind of say goodbye to a project, at least for a period of time. And there are going to be days where you wind up wasting time unintentionally just because things in the world happen. That happened to me for the good beginning half of this month. I had a very difficult time focusing on just anything besides what was already going on in the world. And not for really any good reason or anything. With discipline, I think you can make those decisions a lot easier. But I think I still need to work on disciplining myself to decide what to think about. But once you make the time, you just gotta get the ball rolling. You just gotta plow ahead and start to work on the project, because as you slowly tack on and add on bits and pieces, more stuff will kind of fall through and come along with it. And basically, I mean, starting any project is usually the hardest part. So as long as you can start a project and you can start just kind of getting ideas going, even if it's a small portion of the project, that will then reinforce other parts to start coming into play. And part of this too is that you can film segments of a show weeks apart from each other. I mean, this show in particular, I mean, segments are filmed days, weeks apart from each other. Of course, not months, because it's a monthly show, but you get the idea. I mean, you can create distance too, and still get a semblance of continuity through editing. I mean, this portion you're seeing right now is filmed probably about 2.5 to 3 weeks after when I filmed that first segment of me talking about the importance or the ability to maintain continuity and shoot alone. And you just kind of pick it up and film whenever you can, right? I'm picking up this camera right now because I was editing the video and I was just struck. And this is when I, felt like it was convenient for me to come on here and talk to you guys. So it also depends on the form of your show or project, if you have that luxury. But even something, if you're shooting a short film and you need to do some pickup shots, if you find yourself in a position where, you're not doing much, maybe you're looking for something to do, go out and just pick up some, some B-roll or some establishing shots or whatever you need. If you can do it on your own or without an actor and the mood strikes you, I mean, that's when you should do it, because that's when you're going to be the most invested and the best possible product can probably come out of it. Also, apologies for seeing my very disorganized closet. Got some books, some ties, a skull, some shirts. Not looking too promising on the organizational front per se, but also, random side note, sorry, wow, I almost lost grip of that camera. Today is that day that all that wild stuff's happening with the stock market on Robinhood. So fingers crossed you do well. But a big thing too is just managing expectations and understanding that the product you get in your project might not always be exactly what you wanted, but that's okay. I mean, that's part of the process. More or less, the reason why you would do anything like this, I mean, is to learn, right? You're not at the point yet where you are a professional. You might be semi-pro, you might be doing things for money, right? But at the early points in your career, the bigger thing is to push progress, to learn, and not to establish traits that you think like have to exist. And that's a big thing I've personally learned through doing work, is like something as simple as my workflow with editing. That's changed like to an astonishing degree in the past couple of years. Originally, when I did 52 weeks, I mean, disgusting. Like my workflow was awful. I would just dump in footage and cut it together kind of how I saw fit. There would be no logical plan or reasoning, but as I kept on doing it, honestly, it got better because I just started getting frustrated with having to sort through my footage this way. And since I was never properly taught editing, when I took it upon myself to actually like look at other people's workflows and how other people edit, I was like, this makes so much sense. Oh, it's so slushy. Oh, this is so much water and slush. Gosh. So where were we? We left off with talking about our relationship with time management and our relationship with just kind of like executing. And now we are kind of in the territory of talking about being adaptable and being open to redoing things, doing things differently than planned, exploring new opportunities, and just highly being adaptable, especially if you're shooting alone. I mean, you kind of have to be very open to accepting what kind of comes your way. I mean, especially with a show like this, right? If you're shooting a vlog, or if you're shooting something, a documentary, something that's unscripted or partially scripted, you need to be open to what's going to happen in your day-to-day life, because things are going to happen that influence your art, and your art's going to be influencing the way you live your life, right? So with this, of course, there's like the level of structure where I have to put out a video every month. So like that's kind of shaping my life in a sense, because I need to now make time for editing and filming and writing and all these aspects. So it's kind of changing the way I have to operate these next few months, which can be a good thing. I mean, the structure of it is a good thing. But also, it's going to, they impact each other. Your art influences your life, and hopefully your life influences your art. So I mean, since we last talked, by the way, it snowed, if you didn't realize, but it's all like this really terrible, wet, slushy, hard stuff. It snowed for like 2 days, and then it rained last night, so all the snow is very not enjoyable now. But yeah, so I mean, you have to be open to adaptability, and you also have to be able to create a space, a different space, for lack of like a better phrase, for you to kind of be removed from your art as well, so then you don't feel like you're always fixated on this one project, because that can lead to like a lot of frustration. This is something I experience a lot, where I allow artistic pursuits, projects, etc. to override certain personal aspects of my life, and then I kind of don't let myself enjoy as much as perhaps maybe I should. Not to get all preachy, but so it's important to be able to experience things in order to share your experience, and then in order to make people care about your experience. But that was like a very strange roundabout lecture. I've got some snow slush that I gotta go push around, so I'm gonna do that. And I guess I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Be back soon.
Hey Anakin, you ever see this?
Amy Klobuchar, yeah.
Yeah, so Trump calls her Snow Lady. So she shoots back, I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. Great stuff.
Why are you standing Amy?
Oh, I'm from Minnesota.
Look, do you have any plans for today?
Oh, I was thinking we could hang out.
Nah, man, I can't. I gotta do stuff today.
You're always busy.
Yeah, well, life goes on.
Come on. Little Nicky's on HBO.
Fine, 10 minutes.
Pretty much out.
Man, this month, you know, you thought that 2020 thing was crazy? Well, this month, crazy month. You know what? And I probably shouldn't even jinx it, because I'm filming this before the 20th. So fingers crossed that that's all nice and smooth.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States.
office of President of the United States.
The beginning of this month at least, has definitely been marked by inability to focus. Really, I've just had a terrible go at it. Maybe part of it is the idea that it's supposed to be my winter break for college, although it doesn't necessarily feel like that, since I'm home doing the same thing, you know, play Animal Crossing or something, read a book, watch a movie, watch some YouTube, do a little exercise here and there. So it doesn't really feel as much as a traditional break as it should, and perhaps that's either because school feels more leisurely, or there are no activities that are like specifically restful that you can do. But yeah, I've really had an inability to kind of nail down and do anything. I mean, I think today's the 11th, and this is the first time I've really filmed anything for this show again. I decided after I released it, the first episode on the 1st, and I figured, you know, give myself a couple days. And then the 6th came around, and then the whole insurrection thing happened, and then I got a little worried. And now, I mean, it's 5 days later. Things are still tense. But gotta move on. I got this, I don't know if you can see it, I got this planner thing. It's big weekly planner. Pretty much the first week planned out to a T. I mean, not that everything, it doesn't really look like everything got accomplished in that first week, but the idea was there, right? And then as we go along, this is this week. See a lot of marked off dates. Some days I got called off work because someone at work had corona. That's today, and that says to write and edit a part of this show that I'm not going to write or edit today. That'll probably be later in the month. Next week, look at that. That's a cakewalk. Inauguration, that's pretty much all I got on it. So, yeah. And then I guess the week after that, right, I go back to school. So maybe I want to get ahead of things and do some productive things this break. I thought it was going to be more productive than it was. I don't know why. I can't tell if that was wishful thinking or if I've just been, like, extremely lazy the past couple weeks. I think it's an amalgamation of both. I think I needed the time off. But, you know, I would like to do things as well. So I filmed a new show, I guess, for every Sunday. And I filmed it this last Saturday. Edited it Saturday night. Ready to launch it Sunday. And then, like, the exporting time was like 11 hours. I was trying to figure it out. And I talked to my graphics guy, and one of the graphics packages was like too large. Blah, blah, blah. Whole thing doesn't really matter. I took it as a sign not to launch the show. But I did have it. So now, and it's, you know, news about last week, and it's a show that has Sunday in the title. So, like, it feels wrong to release it on anything now. It feels like its moment has passed, which is fine, honestly. But that's, you know, that's always a little bit of a bummer or something. So there's that. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, every day I wake up at like 7, watch like either the Today Show or like read something or, you know, don't do much productive in the morning, which maybe that's part of it. Maybe I need a better morning routine. And then before I know it, it's like 1 o'clock. It's like 1 o'clock now. And like, I'm ready to go back to bed. So, I'm gonna go make some coffee.
That's right. You heard me, Holly.
What?
I'm still in love with you.
Oh my God, he's talking about me.
And don't think I forgot about how crazy you get after a few daiquiris.
Alright, you're right. I mean, great movie. Yeah, it was worth it.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, but now I gotta get to work.
What a buzzkill, man. I mean, we're having a great day, aren't we?
You know I have stuff to do. Shit, I gotta take this one sec. Georgie, what's going on, man?
Finish that project?
Yeah, I was just working on it right now. So I should be able to have it done by the end of the day.
Can you get that to me in an hour or two?
Yeah, I think I should be able to do all that.
You think or can?
Well, I will. I can. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Great. Talk to you soon.
Okay, great. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, peace, man. Bye. Alright, Phil, I gotta go do this. Phil. Phil, man, what are you doing? You gotta get out, man. I mean, seriously, I gotta spend my day doing work. Here's my debit card. Go get busy doing something else. I don't know.
Honey?
Seriously, I need to do this.
Oh, okay.
I'm really realistically beginning to wonder when or if all this will actually come to some form of like an official conclusion. I'm getting, very frustrated with creating things on my own, in my home, alone. It makes it really difficult to not just get so caught up in frustration. I mean, this episode is probably not to the level I would have hoped it could have been to. And partially that's my fault. But also, I mean, God, it's just, you want to create, you want to make stuff worth watching, and I don't, of course, want to waste any viewers' time. I want my viewers to enjoy what they're seeing. But it's just, it's so hard, you know, to do what we do. I know this can all sound like, and perhaps is like, some level of a cop-out and an excuse for why something might not be to the level you expect or would hope something is at. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, if you're creative too, I do really wonder what your opinion and perspective on all of this is, and if you have any good methods to encourage, creating things and what to focus on. Because I know there are things I could focus on. I know there are things I could learn. There are plenty of, things to get out of this. But, I was listening to, I believe, don't quote me on this, it was Dear Hank and John, the Hank Green and John Green podcast. And John mentioned something about how basically every lesson we have learned throughout the pandemic or whatever, he was highly confident that there, and I am too. And I mean, it's true. We could have learned the lessons we learned through this in a way that created so much less loss. I don't know. I'm very, very frustrated, just with the way everything's going.
I have done it again. I have been here many times before, or hurt myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one to blame.
Come on, Phil. Let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
So, how'd the George thing go?
Shit.
What?
Yeah, man, after I kicked you out, I just took a nap. Shit.
Who else but Anakin?